Number 13, junior Will Brass.
We are. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Number 2, senior Dylan Salgado.
New list.
Number 4, senior Matt Mashad. Number 33, senior John Gorecki. And number 35, senior Michael Domack. The Wolverines are coached by Dan Rosen and assisted by Danny Hero. And now starting for Woodland Hawks. Number 3, junior Brady Anderson. Number 20, junior Nate Bodner.
What team is this?
Number 22, junior Rob Moriarty. Number 5, senior Joey Giuliani. And number 4, senior Nathaniel Smith. The Hawks are coached by John Mariano and assisted by Chris Anderson and Jason Bradley. Today, Woodland Regional High School is joining schools across the state of Connecticut in officials appreciation events. We support the ideals of respect, hard work, and giving your best that are exemplified through our officials. We want to express appreciation to them and say that we value their efforts. While we value our officials every day, this officials appreciation recognition allows for the opportunity to publicly recognize the hard work of Connecticut high school officials who sacrifice personal time with their families to provide a competitive and safe environment for student athletes. Thank you for maintaining the integrity of interscholastic athletics and always putting our student athletes first. Officials for these
In Woodland. This is our third game of the day.
Third game, yes. Oxford will be in the blue jerseys, and Woodland will be white jerseys, their home game jerseys.
Right, this is our varsity game.
So you see, starting we have Moriarty, Anderson, Smith, Giuliani, and Bodner.
All right, and some of these players were already in our previous game, so I'd like to see how that affects their, their abilities today, if they're tired from that game or not.
Yes, me as well.
All right. Let's see who gets the ball. And it looks like it's Woodland's ball. Already starting off strong. Already some good passes.
And we already see one great score from Bodner.
This is really the time at the beginning of the game for both the teams to kind of feel each other out and see, what their strengths and weaknesses are. Looks like Oxford has the ball, making some quick passes. Woodland's defense already pretty strong.
We see Brose making his way through, trying to get it in, just missed.
Right, and we have a rebound.
Moriarty makes a shot, and it goes right in.
All right, so that's 3 points for Woodland. Okay, Oxford's ball. Making some good passes. All right, and that looked like that was a foul. We saw Coach Mariano get a little disappointed about that. All right, Oxford's ball. Trying to find their way to the basket.
We see them a lot of successful passes, but we don't see them getting close enough to make the actual shot.
Exactly. That's right. So
a lot of strong defense for Woodland, definitely.
Yes. And like you said, a lot of passing, but not a lot of attempts at
shooting.
Yeah, exactly. And with that being said, they just missed that shot. All right, Woodland's ball.
So we see Smith pass it straight to Anderson. He's looking around, taking his time.
Nice
Oh, and
long
Moriarty
pass.
just missed that. Great turnover from Oxford.
Out of bounds. This game is already pretty fast-paced.
It has been. You can tell there's still the same energy from the last game with these. They both want to win.
Right,
Both
really
have
bringing their
similar
A game.
Yeah.
Like we just saw in that last play, that can also cost them, stuff like missing a pass.
Really great rebound from Bross on Oxford. He's going toward the shot, and another teammate.
All right, and already we see the coaches, giving some inspirations from the sideline. Oxford's ball. I feel like already this game, the defense is a little more handsy than what we saw earlier, which obviously gives the opportunity for some more fouls.
I mean, it's definitely different going on a varsity team, though, more intense.
Right, exactly. All right, Woodland's ball.
Makes a great pass to Smith, running down the court.
Drives it right to the hoop, but just misses. But they're going for the rebound.
Moriarty shoots, almost makes it. Nathaniel goes in. Oxford's doing really great with their teammates. They know who to pass it to and when.
Right.
They just don't know how to get closer. They're staying on that outside perimeter.
Exactly. Like we were saying earlier, they're doing a lot of passing, but not really, shooting.
Yeah.
All right, Woodland's ball.
We see Anderson make a pass right to Smith again.
And already we're seeing some really good and long passes, which really speeds things up. All right, Woodland just missed that basket.
So we see Giuliani get, or they're taking a break. It's been about 3 minutes, so usually every 4 minutes the players get a mask break.
Exactly. And, we were saying this in the previous game, but there's probably a few new people watching today. The players are wearing masks during these games, which has to be difficult, running up and down the court. So there are mask breaks every now and then for them to, stop, breathe, get some water, and even get the opportunity to talk with their teams. So I wonder if they like having mask breaks.
It's been beneficial, it looks, though.
Exactly.
The teams, you can see, have been doing better with the mask breaks. They've been communicating. They've been, safe, socially distanced, of course, but I think it's been beneficial for them, of course.
I completely agree. It's smart to use that time to your advantage and take those few seconds to talk strategy with your team. All right, looks like we're taking a foul shot for Woodland.
Giuliani shoots, but just misses.
All right, it looks like it's one more shot.
And it goes in.
All right, so that's 1 point for Woodland, giving them 6 points total. And again, Oxford at 0. A really long pass. The passes like that are risky because of the fact that the other team can intercept pretty easily, like we just saw with Woodland. All right, Oxford's ball.
Susim Shao running down the court, passing it. I mean, we've seen these successful passes, but I want to see an attempt at a shot.
I agree.
I mean,
all right, and there we have one, but he just missed. All right, Woodland already at the basket.
You know, one of the things I'm noticing about Woodland is their passes are really strong.
Yes.
The ball goes fast, quick. They're nice passes.
I agree. I think they have a good sense for who's open and when. All right.
So right now, with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go, Woodland leading 6 points to 0.
All right, Woodland has the ball, making their way towards the basket, and just misses.
I wonder if that has any effect on them, you know,
right?
Performance-wise, because that was a great pass. They knew, you know,
exactly.
They're like siblings, like know each other.
Maybe there's some telepathy going on there.
Moriarty goes in and makes the shot. Okay.
All right, we apologize. There seems to have been some technical difficulties, but we are doing our best to get back at it as soon as possible.
Yeah, we lost Wi-Fi for a bit, so if it cut out, we do apologize. It should be running right now.
I believe so. All right, we have just under 10 seconds
of the first quarter. Woodland's still in the lead with 11 points to 6.
And they do use that time to try to make a basket and actually end up getting it, scoring them 3 points. Again, that was something that we were talking about earlier, you know, using those last seconds. Is it a good idea to try to get closer to the basket or to take that far shot and see if it works out? And for them, it did.
It definitely plays along with the stress thing, too. You know, do the players work better under more stress? And we always see those last couple seconds when it's so stressful, players usually make the shot.
Exactly.
And it makes you wonder why. Like, if they were stressed, if they were that passionate about the game the whole time, would they be making more shots?
Right. That's a really good point. All right, we're taking a break. Both the coaches are, you know, talking to their teams, figuring out what their next move is going to be. And hopefully we see that reflected on the court when they come back out. All right, and again, with the end of our first quarter, we have Woodland with 14 points and Oxford with 6. So Woodland is in the lead right now. But as we saw last time, you know, that could change in a second.
It really can. Literally within 2 seconds, you know, the winner could be determined.
Exactly. All right, both teams are starting to make their way back onto the court. It seems that we have
the same people
exactly
that came out. Let's see if Oxford has made any changes as to who they bring out.
All right, I'm seeing some familiar faces from the first quarter.
Yeah, we have the same. We actually have one new addition, Kika.
All right, and Oxford's ball.
We see Bross almost lose the ball, but manages to get it. Woodland with a great rebound, but his mask fell off.
It's unfortunate it happens, though. You know, it's hard to keep these on when you are moving so quickly.
Exactly.
So we just took a second to put it back on, and now we are going to resume our game. Oxford now has the ball.
Amazing intercept from Bross.
All right, and they go for the basket and just
missing it again. Woodland with the rebound again. Philippone running down the court, passing to Giuliani. Shooting, just missing, but catching his rebound.
You know, and we see that he is surrounded by Oxford players.
4 people, you know, a big clutter. And
so it's definitely hard to deal with, you know, if you're trying to make a basket and the defense is that strong.
But then it also makes you wonder, is it good when 4 people are surrounded by 1 person?
Exactly, because that leaves so many other players open for passing.
Well, and then now you have a foul shot.
Right. All right, so it seems like he's going to be getting 2 shots. And let's see if he makes his first one. And he just misses. All right, some subs coming in. And it looks like he's going to be getting another opportunity. All right, here we go. And he makes it.
So this brings Woodland's score up to 15. We have 7 minutes left of the quarter. Oxford is still at 6.
All right, some strong defense, getting a little aggressive out on the court.
We see the refs have to intercept a little bit more and more.
All right, so Oxford back at it. Briefly loses the ball, but gets back control of it.
So we see Bross has the ball again. Passing it right to Domac. Oh, and an intercept by Moriarty.
You know, we've seen that a few times. You know, Oxford trying to make a pass and Woodland intercepting and getting that ball back.
They've done a really great job keeping their eye on the ball.
All right, and Oxford now has the ball, trying to make a basket, but not quite making it.
We see Domac getting pretty close, closer than most of the Oxford to the actual hoop, but
right. You know, you can tell that they really are trying. But they haven't been completely successful with making those baskets today. All right, Woodland making some long passes. Driving to the basket.
Moriarty going in for the shot and making it, giving Woodland another 2 points. 17-16 with 6 minutes left in the quarter.
All right, Oxford's ball.
So we see Smith taking a shot and scoring.
All right, so that's going to leave Woodland with 17 points and Oxford with 8. And we have about 5.5 minutes left of this second quarter. Again, Oxford's ball. And they make yet another basket. So that's going to put them up to 10 points. Again, that's Oxford with 10 points and Woodland with 17. Again.
Great pass to Bodner, who shoots and scores.
Yeah, they've stayed really consistent with their passing.
And I think if you take a fall just to get the ball in.
Exactly, and we saw him get right back up.
Yep.
All right, Oxford has the ball, dribbling up the court. We already see Woodland, you know, pressing and getting some defense in there.
We see Bross looking for someone to pass to, trying to get the ball in himself. No one was really open.
You know, again, we see some hand movements from the players to each other. And so they're kind of, you know, telling each other what needs to happen. So it's great communication even on the court.
So we see Salgado with the ball.
All right, and a steal from Woodland.
We see Bodner make a shot, but just miss it. Holding on to the ball for dear life.
That's the thing about these players. They will, you know, try to the very end. Unless something is called, they will continue with their play.
Which I think is really strong, you know?
I agree.
Holding on to the ball, not letting it go, especially when like someone's almost like on top of you, you know?
Right. All right, Woodland tries to make a bounce pass, but is blocked by Oxford. It looks like we're going to try again. All right, and a nice strong pass. You know, we see people on the sidelines getting pretty excited and, you know, giving their input on the game and what they think should happen next.
Moriarty made another 3-point shot, leading Woodland 22-10 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left of the quarter to go.
Right, and Oxford's finding, again, they're having a hard time finding people to pass to. But they end up making the shot. So it's 2 points for Oxford, giving them 12 points total. 10 points behind Woodland at 22.
We see Michelle driving the ball down the court again, making a lot of successful passes. Just missed it. With 2 players down, but standing right up.
Again, it's really impressive to see a player, fall and possibly get hurt, but just snap right out of it and get up and continue playing.
I think it's really important the teammates, they're always running toward him, helping him up.
Right. All right, looks like we had a foul on Oxford, so they are getting 2 chances. One of them already
misses that first one. Still has 1 more shot to score his team a point.
And we see a sub. So Peters just came out into the court. Right, and again, they miss. The 2 teams, struggling to get a hold of the ball. And it seems that it's going to be going over to Woodland now.
Smith makes the successful pass to Giuliani. Moriarty losing the ball just right before the hoop. We see Salgado running. A nice interception from Woodland, and the ball just goes out of bounds. All right, so the players have just now got called a mask break. So, like we said, every 4 minutes, unless a player needs one beforehand, they're going to get a mask break, get to drink some water, take off their mask for a second, get to breathe.
Right, and it's so important. And, we really commend the school, both schools, for doing their best to keep everyone safe. Again, if you look at their chairs, they are social distance when they're sitting. They keep their mask on unless they're taking a mask break or a water break. And a limited amount of people are allowed to be in the sidelines, which I think a lot of people appreciate, being able to come here and, see their sons or their daughters or even their grandchildren play. All right, so it looks like the coaches are also taking this time to talk strategy with their players. All right, and they're going to start coming back onto the court.
So we see Woodland is going to start with the ball. Smith makes a pass right to Bodner, who shoots a long shot but misses.
All right, so with 3 minutes left in our second quarter, we have Woodland with 22 points and Oxford with 15. Again, Woodland making some good passes, attempts to make a basket, but just misses.
No, we see a lot of build up too. All the players very close to one person with the ball right now, which is making it really difficult to actually get the ball.
Yeah.
But Michelle's running down the court with the ball now.
All right, Oxford trying to make those passes. And they make that shot, giving them 2 more points, putting them at 17 points total. However, they are still falling behind Woodland at the moment.
We see Smith going toward the basket and just missing the shot. But because his elbow was hit, he is getting the foul shot.
All right, so he gets 2 opportunities. Mean that he could score a total of 2 points right now.
And it goes right in. So we see some teammates being subbed out, giving each other high fives before they go.
Right, this usually seems to be the time that happens, you know, during the foul shot. That's when the teammates kind of interchange.
Smith takes another shot, but it bounces right off the rim.
Woodland tries to go for the rebound, but just misses. And so Oxford now has the ball.
Michelle runs down the court looking for someone to pass, trying to get the ball in himself, but the ball goes out of bounds. Gorecki now has the ball. Looked for someone open. His teammates were not open.
You know, we can tell that the players are really doing a great job today and working very hard, but I feel like the energy is a little low in here, you know, as for the people on the sidelines.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think last time there was more, not more passes, but there was more drive with the passes.
Right, and I feel like as we get closer to the end of the game, that's really when you're going to see that energy in here.
We always see the energy decrease a lot during the first and second quarter toward the end, but then the third quarter and fourth quarter, you see it pick up.
Exactly. All right, 1 minute left in this first half of the game. Woodland is in the lead at the moment.
Bross goes for the shot, but it fell out of his hands.
All right, Woodland's ball.
Philippone passes right to Smith.
You know, we see a lot of hands up, a lot of jumping, which is a good defense move, but it can cause some fouls, which is obviously something that we don't want. All right, Woodland has the ball now. They're making their way up the court towards their basket.
We see Philippone looking for someone to pass to.
And again, making a lot of good. All right, and about 5 seconds left in this second quarter. And Woodland gets those 2 points in that last few seconds.
So we see Woodland, you know, taking a break, going out to the hallway. Probably going to have some discussions. We see Oxford, they're going to stay in here. A lot of their shots are usually taking practices during this time, talking to their teammates. Halftime is when we saw a big change in the last game, actually.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. All right, so as a little halftime show special, we're going to try to get Miss Manning up here for a short interview.
And if you guys know Miss Manning, she's actually our English teacher, but she comes to all of the games. She gets super hyped up, cheers on all of the players, you know, so everyone loves Mrs. Manning. She's an amazing teacher, always helping out.
All right, so if you can see in the camera, here she is coming up. I'm going to hand her over my headset. Thank you so much.
Hello, you're welcome.
All right, we just have a few questions for you.
Oh, before your questions, may I just say I'm so excited we're having this season. This is our first home game. I'm used to being in here in the month of December watching basketball games. It's been a long delay, so thank you. The powers that be that allowed us to play, because I've been missing this sport.
I know, we are so excited ourselves. All right, so we are just going to ask you a few questions. We'd love to see, you know, the staff and the teachers, you know, be here at the games.
Absolutely.
Our first is, we wanted to talk briefly because we saw you come in at our last game. How did you feel about the last few seconds of our last game when they were making that final,
The JV game was phenomenal. As you know, no lead is safe until the game is done. So you have to play all minutes. You have to give 100%. You can't let up. We were down by 16. We came back even stronger, and we fought our way through. And for all our efforts, we won that game. That was amazing. Team effort. That's what always does a team effort, 100%. You know, you're going to have some turnovers. We've had some turnovers in the varsity game. But we're playing really good defense. Some of our shots should be going down, but we're a little rusty because this is our first home game. So you got to work through your shooting. You got to make it count, and all goes well.
Of course, of course. I think they're doing a great job so far, though. What's one of the reasons that you come to all these games? Like, what draws you to them?
I love you guys. I have been teaching many, many years. Shall I say close to 40, if not more. And there is not one student who I haven't loved from the bottom of my heart. So I love to support you guys in your activities, and I'm a sports fanatic. So the two go hand in hand, love of students and love of sports. I'm here, baby.
Yeah, also, so how do you think your students respond to you being here? I saw that you kind of talked to them after their previous game, and they seem excited to see you here.
That's a really good question. You know, Mr. Rubio, the security guard, said, you walked into the JV game and the players started playing more, harder, more aggressively. They heard me yelling and screaming. They said, I got to play well. Because, you know, if you don't play well, I see you in school the next day or this coming Monday. I track you down and I say, how come you didn't do this? How come you didn't do that? I have so many of these students in my class. They know that they have to play hard. They know mama's watching.
Of course.
I'm on their cases.
Yeah, and it always helps out, especially when they know that their teachers care. They're being watched outside of their sport too.
Yeah, that's a delight for me because, you know, you teach them. English is serious and tough, but this is when we have fun.
Yeah.
We practice in the hallways. We practice in my class, but I don't want to say that too loudly. But we have a lot of fun practicing during the school day.
We do. So what's your favorite part about the basketball games?
There's everything. You know, it's this game of offense and defense. You got to play both ends. You see students improve. Our defense has become exceptional. We haven't played man-to-man in years, and boy, do we look good. Our outside shooting this year is phenomenal. We're popping threes today. It's exciting. I don't know if you can pick up my voice. I'm off in the corner because I'm doing security because that's the only way I can attend these games because of our isolation. But let me tell you, it's amazing to watch us play.
It has been. Would you say that defense is the most important part then?
It's equal. It's 50-50. You know, some people will say, oh, defense wins. No, my book, you got to go 50-50. It's equally important.
Right, and I heard you talking about how you feel about the game so far. And we were just wondering, you know, what would you say to these players right now? What do you think that they need to do in order to win?
Well, we've had some turnovers, so we got to watch our passing. And as I said, some of our easy shots that haven't been going down need to go down. We have to continue to box out under the rim. We've got to be thick in the paint. They're inside shooters. They're going to be popping threes. I know Oxford. I'm from Oxford. But I'm cheering for us. But anyway, they're all my daughter's friends. But anyway, I'm cheering for us. And you know what? They're going to step up their game, so our defense has to be alert. We have to pay attention. We have to continue to shoot through our shots. If we miss it, you got to keep shooting. And we got to watch our fouls. We can't get into foul trouble because that'll be bad.
So what's something, if you could, you want to say to the players or to the audience that's listening right now?
Can I be loud?
Yeah, sure.
Because you know I'm loud. You put this headset on me, you give me a microphone, I'm loud, but I'm even louder now. So one thing, go B, let's do this! Did you hear that?
Oh, we did, yeah.
All right.
I heard it very clearly.
Oh, good. Good. Usually my sister who lives an hour away will say, now what are you doing? Because I heard you yelling. So enjoy the second half. I got to go back to my duty. I'm security.
Thank you for
Isn't that
joining
amazing?
us. Yes.
Grab me for another game. This is great. We got 3 minutes, and I'm a little slow. So I got to go back to my station, but enjoy the second half. Go Hawks.
Thank you.
Love you, girls. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right, that was great to hear from Miss Manning, you know, her feelings about the game. And again, I just love to see, you know,
I
teachers.
just love her energy.
Exactly.
She's so passionate about the game. And one of the things that's really great, too, is how she mentioned that during school she comes up to them and she talks to these players.
Right.
It's not just outside of basketball. So these players are being recognized out. And I think that when you're recognized like outside of just your sport and you're recognized in school, you start playing better, not only in basketball, but you just start doing better in school. You start working harder, and I think that that's how she gets her students so motivated too.
I completely agree. You know, I think it probably feels great to these students to know that they have a teacher that cares so much.
Especially coming to every game, dedicating your time like that.
I completely agree. I think it's really sweet of her to show up for her students.
And you can tell, especially because, like we said, things started changing the JV game.
Right.
During third quarter, you know, she got there. She was cheering for them. The whole audience was cheering. And I think that when you have that excitement, when there's someone there that's excited for you, you want to do better for them. But for yourself, but for them too.
Yes, completely. I mean, we were even talking about it last game while it was happening and how, you know, the third and fourth quarters, the mood in here completely shifted. And I think that Miss Manning has a lot to do with that.
I think she had a lot to do with it too, especially now. I mean, you see, most of the players who have been in there so far are juniors and seniors, and they've had her for now 4 years, and they may not have even had her as a teacher, but they know her from sports and seeing her down the hallway. You know, if you see Mrs. Manning down the hallway, she's gonna yell hi to you. You know, she's gonna make you feel important and feel there. So I think that, especially because this is varsity, they have that deep connection with her.
Right. Exactly. All right, and so with that being said, we have under a minute left until we go into our third quarter. And, you know, knowing that they know that she's here, I wonder if they're going to bring their A game for her.
Well, and like she said, you know, we've had a couple turnovers. You know, we want to make sure that we're improving that. But I really like how she brought up the defense 50-50, you know, because I know we were talking about this before, whether defense was more important. And it kind of brings up like a good point. Like if you didn't have offense, you wouldn't be scoring points.
Right, exactly.
So you really do need both.
I feel like it's a matter of, you know, kind of feeling out the court and deciding what's best
at that time.
Exactly.
I think that our players have done a good job knowing the difference, knowing when.
Exactly. And with these breaks that they're getting, they get the chance to talk amongst themselves and with their coaches about what their next move should be.
Which is really important.
Exactly.
So we see the two different teams now switching sides. So Woodland's side is now on the left, and Oxford will now be on the right.
All right, and so we're starting off this third quarter with Woodland at 25 and Oxford at 17. All right, and it looks like it's going to be Oxford's ball starting out. All right, making some good passes already. An attempt at a basket, but just missing.
See, I'm telling you, I already see the shift in energy. Like,
exactly.
It's the third quarter. I feel things just get real.
You know, this is where things start to really count, and where the players realize that this is crunch time.
Yeah. So Bross has the ball again. Oh, running right into Bodner.
You know, as important defense is, it's also important to not get too aggressive, not only for the sake of the players, but also because that will end up in foul shots, which will give them more opportunities to get those points.
Exactly. And even if it is only 1 or 2 points, you know, like the last game, we saw they won by 2 points, you know. So
exactly.
Those 2 points really make a difference.
All right, and a long shot by Oxford just misses. Woodland now has the ball.
You see Brady running down the court, looking to see who he's going to pass to. Trying to get someone open.
Again, a lot of fast movements and decisions. They seem to really know their teammates.
And quick responses, too. They know when to shoot and when to not.
Exactly.
So that gives us another couple points, giving us 27 with Oxford at 17. So we're still 10 points in the lead with about 7 minutes left of the quarter.
All right, so the referee's calling that a no shot, even though the basket was made. So no points were scored for Oxford just now.
see Salgado with the ball, going to make a shot, and just going over.
All right, Oxford makes that basket, giving them 2 points, putting them at 19 points total.
And Woodland scoring another 2 points.
You know, it's really great to see both teams stepping it up and getting points so quickly and so early in this third quarter.
We see a shot missed from Oxford, going back down to the Woodland court.
All right, he goes for the shot and just misses it. They attempted a rebound, but lose it to Oxford.
Salgado passes to Bross again. Bross can't find an open player, so shoots himself and just misses.
All right, the ball is out of bounds.
You know, so I think Oxford really needs to work on their players getting open more. We saw in that last one, it was at least the ball was in his hands for at least 3 seconds before he just shot it himself because none of the teammates were open, which is really great defense for Woodland.
Exactly. I was just going to say that really reflects the defense that we're seeing from Woodland if Oxford's having a hard time finding people that are open.
Woodland did just score another basket.
Okay, so right now we're in the third quarter, 5.5 minutes left. Woodland has a total of 29 points, giving them a 10-point lead from Oxford, who has 19 points.
So we see Michelle running down the court and making another basket by Salgado, giving them 21 points. Woodland has an 8-point lead.
And a really long pass for Oxford.
Successful at that.
Yes. All right,
So we
and
see
they go for the far shot. You know, we've been seeing them go for a lot of these far shots, trying to get those 3 points, but they haven't been successful in almost any of them.
To Michelle again, running the court. So we want to see more successful passes between. So maybe a little bit more communication.
Exactly. You know, hopefully during their next break, they can take advantage of that and use that to talk. With that being said, however, Oxford did just score 2 points, and they're slowly making their way to be closer to Woodland.
You know, we don't want Woodland to start losing their energy that they had at the beginning. You know, we saw that last game where there was a big gap in the second quarter, and third quarter the gap just completely closed. So
right.
See Giuliani go in to make a shot, but misses. We see Oxford actually help him up.
Again, love to see the two teams, you know, even though they are going against each other, to
help each other up. I think it's very it shows you have sportsmanship. I think both the teams,
exactly,
all games they've had sportsmanship.
Right, and if you were here for the beginning, we did have an announcement about, you know, our Woodland way and our rules for the court, and I think that with that being reminded to the players, I think that they're able to, you know, it's refreshed in their minds, and they're thinking about that through the game.
You see that they have a little bit of competition.
Exactly.
A little bit of hands-on a little bit, but
right,
at the end of the day, when one push each other down or something, they help each other up, which is the most important.
Exactly. All right, again, we see our coaches, you know, giving some advice to our team, their teams. Definitely talking strategy right now.
We see we see Oxford. They're talking about the hoop. It seems like they're pointing at something, and Coach Rosen is perfecting the shots. So.
All right, and our teams are coming back out onto the court. There seem to be a few new faces on the court, but mainly the same. All right, and Woodland is getting 2 shots, it looks like.
So Giuliani goes and makes the shot.
All right, and one more opportunity left.
Seems like he's really concentrating. And it
And
just goes in.
All right, so that's going to put Woodland at 31 points and Oxford at 23. So Woodland is in the lead right now.
We see Michelle figuring out who to pass to. Passes right to Gorecki. We see Browse making his way back to the hoop, but can't get open.
Again, a long shot, just misses. And
it was almost like Gorecki was waiting for Bross to get open, though. He didn't want to. He wasn't passing to anyone else, so no one else was getting open.
Exactly. And you know, we are seeing that energy start to come up again from the sidelines, which is always great to see. I think that the players work well when they are getting that encouragement.
Absolutely.
All right, Oxford making some good passes, but still staying on the perimeter. A failed attempt at an interception from Woodland. And now they actually do have the ball. And go for the basket and actually make it this time, which is going to give them 2 more points.
Woodland's still in the lead with 35 points. Oxford has 23. We still have 2 minutes and 44 seconds left to the quarter.
All right, again, we see the teams huddling up and taking advantage of this time to really talk about what their next move is going to be. You know, if you were the coach, what do you think that you would be telling your team to do right now? If you were the Oxford coach,
If I was the Oxford coach, I would be telling them that they have to find a way around Woodland's defense, because Woodland has been really great with their defense. They haven't even been able to get a ball in. But I would tell them that they were doing a really good job with being able to intercept the ball, definitely.
Yes.
What about you? If you were the Woodland coach, what would you be suggesting?
Yeah, I think that Woodland is playing a pretty strong game right now, but they do need to work on, kind of just making those shots a little closer to the basket. They've been doing a pretty decent job with the long shots, but I do think that they have a higher chance of scoring some more points if they do try to make their way closer to the basket.
Of course.
All right, and they're coming back out on the court.
So you see the energy, it's increasing.
Exactly.
I wonder what the games would be like if the energy was always there,
Exactly. And I think also the fact that not everyone is allowed to be here at the moment to come and cheer on. It
definitely affects,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we've talked about that either before. Like, they don't have
as much
support.
Basket. Yeah, exactly, because
they don't have their friends, as much family members as they used to.
Exactly. I've been to games here in the past, and it's sometimes hard to find a seat, and today there's a bunch of spots open, as there should be for social distancing, but it must be hard on both.
It definitely affects
friends
their
and family.
Performance.
Yeah, exactly,
Like, I know even from personal experience in my sport, I do much better when my family is watching.
Exactly. All right, Oxford is getting the opportunity to take a shot right now.
Meso just
it's really surprising because this entire game we've seen that they haven't really been consistent, either team, with their foul shots.
That's 100% true, and I think it's because when they dribble a little bit and they're more patient with it,
Exactly, like what you were just saying. He did exactly that, took his time, and he actually made it this time.
Yeah.
All right, so Oxford
intercepted the ball, but knocked it out of bounds.
So it's going to make it Woodland's ball right now. Already some strong defense, hands on. You can see it in their eyes and their faces that they are really here to play, and they want to win. All right, just about 2 minutes left to this third quarter. Woodland is in the lead with 38 points, and Oxford 24.
Ooh. We see Michaud make a pass, but it goes right to Giuliani.
Again, we've seen that a lot this game. Oxford trying to make these passes, and Woodland intercepting.
I think there's been a lot on both sides, too,
exactly.
Though. There's been tons of intercepting.
Right, because we just saw an interception from Oxford, but now Woodland does have the ball back.
Giuliani makes another shot, giving Woodland 40 points with 1 minute and 35 seconds to go. Oxford now has 24 points.
You know, that's exactly what we were talking about previously, because he was nice and close to the basket for that shot. And
it was concentrated. He was looking. He saw the ball. He saw where it was going.
And there was really no way to miss that one. All right, Woodland has the ball now.
Philippone, instead of shooting, passes to Giuliani.
And again, another layup by Woodland.
This increases Woodland's points by 2. Woodland now at 42 compared to Oxford with 24.
And exactly 1 minute left.
So we see Oxford a little, they don't know where to pass.
Again, that's a true reflection of the defense on Woodland's side, but also probably the teamwork on Oxford as well.
Smith tried to save Bodner's shot. Almost went in and misses. Ball goes out of bounds.
All right, and we see the coaches from the sideline also mentioning to the players that there are only 30 seconds left to this quarter, so it's important to kind of make more impulsive shots. Exactly.
So we now see Bross making that pass straight to the other Bross.
Again, we were talking about that previously, how we have 2 brothers out here today. And it's interesting to see their dynamic and how they work together.
It really is. They get open for each other, which I've noticed.
Yes. All right. And
with 1 second to go,
they do attempt to make a shot. Yeah. Oxford attempts to make a shot, just misses, but I think that was a good move.
If they wanted to make the shot, they would have had to do it a little bit sooner.
Yeah. All right, so now both teams are on break right now. Mask, water. This is also their chance to just talk strategy. So this is our last game for today, I believe.
Yeah. This is the last varsity game. This is it. You know, and we've already had 2 wins for Woodland. Their JV game and their freshman game all pulled through. So we're hoping that, we can stick with it.
Right. So Woodland's went 2 for 2 today, and from the looks of it, they're going to most likely be 3 for 3 if Oxford does not step it up, because in this, we're going to be going into the 4th quarter with Woodland at 42 points and Oxford behind at 24.
But there's just a different energy. You know, we see the JV game, especially with Oxford. It was there, the energy, the spirit. And it doesn't seem like it's, or maybe it's not even the energy. It's like they don't know which way to pass it to. So maybe just knowing the plays a little bit better.
I agree. And I think that, it is later in the day. Some of these players have been playing
a couple games now. So
they're most likely pretty tired, but I think that, in these last 8 minutes, it's really important to just pull through and keep pushing and, keep their spirits up.
I think it's really important for Oxford not to give up, because the second that they do, they're not coming back.
Right.
So
they're going to have to make, quite a few shots this quarter if they want to win.
Yeah. We see Anderson pass it straight to Giuliani, who passes it back to Anderson.
And I am seeing the motivation, even though Woodland does have a strong lead. They're not slacking. Yeah.
With another shot scored by Woodland, giving us another
2 points,
which is a 22-point lead with Oxford at 24 points.
And on top of that, Woodland is getting the chance to take a foul shot right now.
Want it to be slow. There we go, just like that.
Exactly, and I think that when the players take that time and just focus, that's when they are making
That's
the
when
most
they do
baskets.
the best.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Oxford bringing their A game, making long shots, and they make this one, giving them 3 points, I believe.
That was an amazing long shot by Garecki.
All right, you can tell that Oxford's going to really try with their defense in this last quarter. Woodland making some strong passes and making another basket. This will be 2 more points for Woodland, giving them 47 points total. Again, giving them a 20-point lead.
We can see Oxford, they're stepping up their game, but at this point, is it too late? You know, we don't know.
And again, Woodland goes for that basket, just misses. And now
We see
Oxford.
Ross go to shoot, doesn't make it in.
And again, I gotta say, I love to see that Woodland, even though they do have such a strong lead, at the moment they are 20 points ahead of their opponent.
They're still racing up and down the court.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, they're not slacking off, and they're not getting too confident. They're playing to the last second. All right, Woodland's ball.
So Anderson, he's telling his teammates to come closer. Another thing he did, though, was he instructed Moriarty to come closer, but he passed it to Smith. So it was kind of like a trick move there.
Interesting. It might have been, you know, maybe trying to confuse the other team.
We see another successful pass by Woodland, bringing it closer, a long point shot and making it, giving Woodland another 3 points. Woodland leading with 50-27 with 6 minutes left of the quarter remaining.
You know, Oxford just made that last shot, and you could see that he took a bit of more time for that one, and I think that that's why he made the shot.
It was more concentrated, but I think that the more time that goes on, the less concentrated they're going to get. You know, they're focusing on that clock. They're trying to score as many points as possible. And Bodner scoring us another basket, giving us,
you know, Woodland's really
52
impressive.
points.
Yes. Woodland has 52 points, Oxford 29, with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in this last quarter. From the looks of it, it looks like Woodland may have a really good chance of winning this game today.
Bodner also taking a foul shot. And just misses.
All right, Oxford's
We see him shout, catch the rebound, and go down into his court.
Oh, and Oxford loses hold of the ball. All right, Oxford's ball.
Just 6 minutes.
And go for the long shot, but again, not making it.
This time, they did actually make it.
A good layup. I think, again, closer to the basket is where you have a better chance of actually making the shot, getting those points. So I think that they should, I don't know, what do you think? Do you think they should focus on getting the baskets that are more likely to happen, or the baskets that, you know, give them more points?
I mean, honestly, I think both at this point. You know, they should be worrying about trying to get those risks, but
right.
If that's where they're open, you know, because Woodland has a strong defense, so wherever the shot is going to be more likely to go is where they should put it. So no matter if it's 3 points or 2 points, wherever it's going to go in.
Right, I agree. I think that if they're having a hard time passing, I think that that's when it's a good idea to try
take
to
the
make
long
that 3
shot.
point. Yeah, exactly. But if it is a possibility to make it closer to the basket, I say go for that from now on.
You know, and you still see Woodland, they're still going over their plays. They're still making sure that their team members go. And you see even Oxford, they're all looking down really intently.
Exactly. And you can see the coaches are really involved. And they're not giving up on their teams, either of them. And yeah. Again, just about 6 minutes left in this last quarter.
So we see Woodland getting ready, coming out. You know, and I think that if they keep up what they're doing, they can definitely pull through. But we'll see if Oxford has improved.
Exactly. All right, Woodland has the ball. Okay, making those good passes and already at the basket, scoring those 2 points. All right, Oxford's ball.
See, Oxford still hesitating on where to pass. Does make a pass going straight to the hoop. just missing.
But they try
redeeming themselves.
Yes. All right, Woodland. Oh, some defense by Oxford. Seems to get a little aggressive.
So for everyone watching, the current score is 54 Woodland to 33 Oxford with 5 minutes and 13 seconds of the quarter remaining.
You know, I'm interested to know what these players are thinking right now, you know? Oxford, since they're so far behind, and Woodland, since they are, you know, in the lead.
I'm wondering if Oxford thinks that they can pull through.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and we hear the coaches, you know, I heard one of them saying UCLA, which I believe is, you know, a motivation tactic to say, you know, this is your goal, this is what you want to work for, so show it.
You know, and these players are all on varsity too, so a lot of them are going to college and looking for scouts, so they want to always be playing their best A game.
Right, exactly. You know, they want to show their skills, they want to show their how they're a good team and how they can work with other people.
Exactly. So Oxford now with 35 points. Woodland still in the lead by 19 points with 54. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left of the quarter.
All right, and Woodland's ball now.
Moriarty runs it past down the court and makes the shot, giving Woodland another 2 points. Score is now 56 to 35 with 4 minutes and 6 seconds of the quarter remaining.
You know, it's not over until it's over, but it does seem like Woodland has a very good chance of leaving today having won all 3 games that they've played.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, you know, Oxford, they might have got a little discouraged after their last game as well because they were so close. They almost had it.
You know, that's completely understandable, but coming into a new game, it's important to come in with a new mindset as well.
Exactly. And I think that Woodland, that's one of the great things is they always carry that mindset. You know, we have the teachers and we have the faculty always cheering and supporting on their members. And you also have to think, too, the Woodland team members have some of their family here. The seniors have their parents. Right now, Oxford doesn't have anyone here.
So I'm interested to see that, you know, if they're home, if their
game is better when their parents are there. Yeah, exactly. And
which I would expect it is, because it's so nice to have someone, you know, show up
there for you.
Yeah,
cheering just for you. You know, so we have a lot of cheering going on for Woodland, but not as much for Oxford. You know, so that must be difficult.
You know, and I'm sure that there are parents from both teams, you know, listening today. So I think that even having that in mind is also, you know, nice for these players to know that they, even if their parents or friends or family cannot be here, they are still tuning in and cheering on for them from home. All right, Oxford's ball, it looks like. Okay, and they go for the shot, but just miss it. We have now 4 minutes left to this last quarter. Woodland has 56 points, Oxford 35, and it looks like we're going in for a shot for Oxford right now.
So we see Bross going in for the foul shot, taking his time, just missing.
Just missing it, you know.
He seemed a little discouraged before the foul shot, though. He kind of made a.
Exactly, and I think that, you know, foul shots seem like something that is so easy that sometimes during practice it's not really, you know, they don't work on it as much. So maybe the coach is viewing this now and thinking of what they need to work on next time. With that being said, Woodland just scored a basket,
bringing them to 58 points compared to Oxford's 36 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this game.
All right, looks like we're going to take another break right now. I know, we're definitely seeing these two teams just taking this time and really talking through their strategies and what they hope to do next.
We see, it seems like, the Oxford team, the coach is talking, a little discouraged, but at the same time, he's still giving them tips. He's still giving them pointers, telling which person and when to come out.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's always respectable that even though they are pretty far behind, they're not stopping. And
we don't want them to give up. We don't want that energy to disappear.
We want to see both teams play and give their best effort to the very end, which is something that Miss Manning said earlier as well. She said that they have to stick with it the entire game.
I think that's something really important too. We kind of saw Oxford fall off a little bit second quarter, and they haven't really redeemed themselves from that.
Yeah. All right, Oxford's ball. All right, they go for the basket and just miss it. But they do get the rebound. All right, and we have a Woodland player down, but they get right back up.
So it is now and
yeah, it looks like Smith, I believe, is going to be able to take 2 shots right now. And we see some subs coming in as well. All right, and this is his second chance. And he makes this one.
Increasing, Oxford scored a 37. Woodland still with 58 points with 3 minutes and 25 seconds of the quarter left to go. Anderson passes the ball right.
All right, an interception from Oxford as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
and 2 players fell on top of each other.
Luckily, it seems like they're both all right. That did look pretty painful.
Yeah, it honestly did.
All right, Woodland's ball.
So Anderson makes that pass again. And it doesn't get intercepted this time. Bodner running down the court, passing it back to Anderson. Really strong defense by Bross right there. Philippone passing it back to Anderson. Smith right under the net and just misses.
All right, Oxford's going to get the ball now.
Bross makes the long shot, giving his team 3 extra points, increasing the score 40 Oxford to 58 Woodland.
I think that was a really good move on Oxford's part, going for that long shot, because we've seen that not work out for them in previous quarters, but that,
Well, in the JV game, we saw a lot of long shots being made, and Bross was one of the ones who was making those long shots.
That is true.
That is definitely
a strong suit of his.
Yeah.
And I think that as time starts to run out, because now we are at 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this last quarter, making those risky shots is probably worth it at this point. All right, and I'm interested to see how, both teams, how they're going to come out onto the court, what energy they're going to bring.
It's the last 2 minutes. It's always, I think those are the most intense,
Yeah, exactly. Especially when the game is super close.
Tight score, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Woodland making some good passes already. Some good defense by Oxford, though.
You see Anderson running straight and then making a pass.
All right, interception by Oxford, but it does end up going out of bounds. here we go for Woodland.
With only 2 minutes remaining, Philippone shoots another shot, giving Woodland another 2 points.
Again.
60-40, a 20-point lead with only 2 minutes remaining.
You know, they're really on fire this quarter. I think that, you know, having that lead, they really got a surge of confidence.
Which
and
is
really
great.
shown. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes players, they lose it because they have that.
Exactly. All right, Oxford just got 2 points.
With one Woodland player down underneath the hoop. We see Coach Mariano. We see Coach Mariano telling them to get organized, and right after that, they made another basket. So, still with a 20-point lead, 62-42, Woodland in the lead with 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining.
All right, Oxford goes for the shot and misses it. You know, we've seen Oxford play, and they are a very good team. So I think at this point it's really just nerves and less technique, you know, because I think that they know how to make these shots. They've been practicing for this. Granted, it is pretty early in the season, but I think that at this point it's just the fact that they're a bit nervous about the difference in score right now.
And once you're that far, you know, it's you feel like it's hard to redeem yourself. Like it feels impossible, and then when something feels impossible, you don't try as hard, you know. So
Exactly. And with 1 minute left in this last quarter, we see quite a few changes in the players on the court. All right, we have a 1-and-1. So if he makes a shot, he will be able to take another one.
So we see Stepudis and Rivera step in.
I believe that's Gasperi.
Gasperi with the rebound.
Again, some really strong passing. You know, this group of players seems to know how to work well with each other. All right, in 40 seconds left.
Again, this is actually some of our players from the JV game.
Yes, exactly. You know, we were also talking about earlier, when Woodland does have the ball, should they just run the clock, or do you think that they should, you know, work on getting more baskets, more points?
No, and I definitely think that they always do that. They always just stick to the points. They don't think, oh, I'm just winning, so I'm going to stall. You know,
Exactly.
They keep going.
Which I really admire. All right. Actually, it does look like they are running the clock, so scratch that. And with that, Woodland has won this game. Congratulations to them. Oxford put up a really good fight, though. You know, I think that they were really strong, and 42 points is definitely very impressive.
It is. It is. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the game.
Yes, thank you to everyone that listened. Any other time that you want to watch any of the sports here at Woodland, it is hhlsports.net, and you can find us anywhere on social media at Hawk Headlines.